This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm delighted to be joined here with Dave Coldwell in London Wembley. Jordan Gill's got a really good fight tomorrow. I will just firstly say thank you for making the time because you've done so much media. I haven't wanted to pester you, but today I was sort of like, I've got to get you, Dave. I've got to get you. Look, Jordan Gill, last time out, just showed that you can never give up hope on someone like Jordan. You know, really good fighter. We know how good he is, and this is sort of coming out party again, and then sort of not a final eliminator, but an eliminator for a world title in a tough test that is Gill-Martinez, and we know what Kiko has to offer.
Yeah, listen, he's a great inspiration to all the young kids out there that haven't had it easy and maybe are having tough times in the sport where things aren't going so well. Keep going, keep working, and then when you get in a difficult spot in a fight and it's not all smooth and easy, you know, stick with it. Stick with your plans, stick with the belief in yourself, the work that you put in the gym, and you can pull it off. And that's what he is. That's where he is right now because of his mentality and his attitude.
How is his confidence going into this fight?
Very good. It's the most confident. I think what it is I'm a big believer in if you can get through tough moments in fights where it doesn't go your way, and where maybe people on the outside think, oh, he's finished, he's not good enough, is this? But if you can get through those moments and come through and then learn from the experiences, that experience of actually going through that, you kind of know, like Jordan going into this fight, he kind of knows that the worst that could happen in a fight.
It's not naked to him anymore.
Yeah, roughly, you know, getting knocked down, having your balance go, everything, being on the verge of getting beat and it looking like you can't pick up that win, but still pulling off the win. That gives you an element where you can go into a fight knowing you've ticked all those boxes. And he's ticked all those boxes. He knows now that he's tough enough. He knows now that he's got the attitude and the mentality to be able to ride through the rough patches and stay focused, you know. And that gives you an innate confidence in yourself, rather than one where you think you're good enough, you think that you're tough enough, you think you can cope with these pressures. But knowing is a different thing.
Dave, we saw yesterday that The Sun and now The Times today have reported their article with Benn, their sit-downs, etc. We've seen that it's now 2 positive VADA tests, one in July and then one the 1st of September. Obviously there's a lot that's going on and you're going to get hammered in interviews, and I almost feel a bit restless asking it because it's just the same old, but we've got to ask. Just on your side of things now, with this more detail that we've got with the 2 recorded tests, with everything that's going on, where's your head at with it all?
Do you know what? It's kind of, I've got to the point where I'm just the same as you. I'm the same as everybody that's watching this. We're all getting these little pieces, and we're all trying to put the pieces together, but we don't know because we're not getting all the pieces. It's like having a jigsaw puzzle, but you know there's not a complete there's not the complete amount of pieces that are in the box. But you're still trying to put it all together and make out this picture. But there's so many pieces that are missing. We don't know anything. There's only a certain amount of people. Listen, there is legit. There's only the people that are involved that will know whether he's done it or not. You know, and when I mean that, whether it's Conor himself or whoever gives him, because there's fighters out there that are given vitamins that don't know what they're given. They just trust whoever they work with. Thank you very much. There you go. Take it in, and that's it. I know that, you know, and all fighters need to know what they're taking. Even if a nutritionist tells you, oh, this, research it yourself. It's there to be able to research. And so I'm not saying that that's how it's happened. What I'm saying is that the only people that actually know is either somebody whoever gave him the stuff to have and he didn't know it, or him who knew that it was taken along with the people that have given it him. They're the only kind of people that know. Eddie's backing his man, and I understand that and I get that, but he doesn't know. Nobody knows, and this is the problem. And you can say, oh, the facts, this, but he's failed 2 tests, so there is no doubt that there's something that's in there. The question is, how did it get in there? I don't know enough now. It's that clouded. It's a bit, for me, it's a bit bigger than this one case. Although it's Benn, it's massive. And
I think it's a reflection on boxing as a whole.
I think it's on reflection on how the attitude towards the drug issue doping issue in boxing in this sport is treated. It's kind of like we've known for ages. There's always fighters, Big Baby Miller, there's CANELO, there's all these fighters that have failed drugs tests and stuff, and we're kind of like, oh, okay, save a little ban, get on with it. Okay. But nothing's actually been changed, and that's the problem is that we don't. So UCAD, VADA, this, that and other, it's like, oh, well, we don't recognise you, or we can't suspend you because it's not under our jurisdiction or whatever. Listen, Border Control need to get a grip of this and control the situation, as in where there's a uniform sort of ban list that everybody adheres to. So if you're testing, I don't care if it's a voluntary test or somebody's volunteering to have these doping tests, and that list has got to marry up with what's banned on everybody's list, and that's it. And then if you're caught out on that, then you can address it. It's also got to be stiffer punishments. If you're doping and you know that you're going to get a few months, that's like breaking your hand. Jordan broke his hand in his last fight. Had an operation. He's been out for 3 months because of the hand. He couldn't punch 3 months. He's been out, I think, 6 months.
Some people, that's a ban.
So that's a ban. Do you know what I mean? You have a bad injury, you're out for a year. Fighters are out for a year. That's the ban. So if you know that the risk of doping is a massive ban, is a proper ban, there's always going to be people that are going to test it, but the percentage of fighters that are going to try to dope will drop because they won't want to take that risk. But I also believe that it needs to be categorised where stimulants are different to PEDs, where if you take a Lemsip and you get busted for it, that's different to taking PEDs. So I think that it needs to be categorised and the penalties brought into line with each category. But the Border Control have got to take a stance. It's no good saying, yeah, but it's complicated, yeah, but there's money.
Too many inconsistencies, perhaps.
So much money that's floating around at the top end of the boxing, be it the major big shows, the taxes that the board get off the big shows, funnels some of it into the doping situation. More testing. So you've got UCAD, but I keep seeing on my Twitter where these fighters are saying, oh, well, I've only been tested X amount, I've only been tested X amount. Well, let's get some money into that, where there's more testing going, more random testing, where they just rock up and test you, whether you've got a date or not, just rock up and test the fighters. Because that way, that needs to be done. But ultimately, it needs to be, when somebody does get caught, it needs to be, I understand there's investigations, there's lawyers and stuff like that, I understand that, but there needs to be something a little bit more. I haven't got the answers. You're asking me opinion. I haven't actually got the answers, so I'm waffling on, but I haven't got actual answers. But all I know is there are people that are running the sport. I don't run the sport. So there are people that are running sport for a reason, because they should have answers, and that's what their job is. So if you're running the sport, run this shit, because this shit is destroying the sport. Regardless of this case with Conor Benn, and I don't know the facts, I don't know all this, I haven't even read his statement because I've got a fighter on tomorrow, so I'm not really asked, to be honest. I've just heard what people are saying, so I don't know what he's saying and what excuses are or whatever, but it's a bigger picture and it needs sorting, because it's going to happen again. It's Conor Benn this week, and then in a few months' time, somebody else is going to get busted, and then they're going to say, oh, it's because of this, because of that. I don't know.
Dave, finally from me, a quick word on the rest of the stable. I know Larone's someone that I'm personally delighted for. I get on well with Shane Watson, and Shane's been fighting this corner for a while, wanting him to get back out. He does get back out in a really, really good fight. Showdown Sunday, or something it's been labelled as, that boxer show. He fights Zach Chelli, which is a really, really good fight. Gets him back out, and then look, world level, whatever. Yeah,
obviously this year's not gone how we wanted. You know, trust me, Larone's been at gym with me every day. Training. We've been training with no dates, and we've just been training, not killing it, but training to get better as a fighter and to develop his mentality. And he's in a great spot. We've had a couple of good spars in these last week, so with even while we've been down here in London, he's in a really, really good spot. He can't wait to fight again. Zach Chelli is a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. And we were talking about it. So, people want to turn around and say, oh, it's a come down, Gongora. Well, yeah, it is, to be fair. But you've not boxed for 10, 11 months. You're coming back. At the end of the day, we could be fighting some Eastern European opponent that nobody gives a toss about, and it could be a good opponent, decent opponent, but it's like, who cares? You're fighting another Brit, a Brit that can bang, a Brit that's come in with full of confidence and will expect that he's going to knock Lerone out. So it's exciting. The fans at home know who Zach Shelley is, they know who Lerone is. There's intrigue and there's like excitement about the fight. So that's better than just coming back against anybody. So Zach Shelley, another quick fight after that, and then back up to world level.
Dave, top man, thank you for speaking to me at Boxing Social.